I want you to imagine a common scene in my kitchen. I'm standing before 2 jars of dried herbs. One holds rosemary, my trusted green guardian for memory. The other holds holy basil or Tulsi, a plant that Ayurvedic medicine has called the elixir of life for over 3,000 years. Both promise to lift the fog. Both claim to calm an anxious mind. But you only have time for one daily ritual. Which one do you choose? This is the question that sent me down a research rabbit hole 5 years ago. Because when you actually look at the science and the 20 years of research in my library, rosemary and holy basil are not the same. They target different doors in your brain. Today, I'm putting these 2 herbal giants head to head. I'm revealing the science of 1,8 cineol versus cortisol, the results of my 5-year stress test, and the exact rotation plan I used to stay sharper at 58 than I was in my 30s. The winner might surprise you. Let's start with rosemary. If you followed me, you know I love it. But why? Modern science has confirmed that rosemary contains a molecule called 1,8 cineol. When you breathe it or drink it, this molecule enters your bloodstream and inhibits the breakdown of acetylcholine. Think of acetylcholine as the messenger responsible for your memory and learning. During menopause, as our estrogen drops, this messenger becomes less active. This is why you walk into a room and forget why you're there. Rosemary is like a windshield wiper for your mind. It clears the moisture, turns the lights on, and helps the messenger stay on the job longer. It is an activator. It's the perfect tool for when you need to be on. But what happens when the problem isn't just a fog, but a storm? This is where holy basil or Tulsi enters the conversation. Tulsi is not an activator. It is an adaptogen. This is a rare class of plants that help your body adapt to stress rather than simply sedating you. I found a randomized study, the gold standard of science, that showed holy basil can reduce cortisol levels by up to 36% in just 40 minutes. Just think about that. If rosemary clears the fog from the windshield, holy basil calms the driver behind the wheel. It modulates your nervous system, stopping the racing thoughts and the wired but tired feeling that so many of us experience after 50. It doesn't knock you out. It brings you back to your center. But before I reveal my 5-year protocol, we must talk about the 3 mistakes that keep women from seeing results with these herbs. Mistake number 1, using the wrong basil. This is very common. You cannot use the sweet basil from your pesto recipe and expect brain results. You must look for Salvia tenuiflora or Osmum sanctum, the true holy basil, because the chemical profile is completely different. Mistake number 2, the overboiling sabotage. Both rosemary and holy basil are rich in volatile oils. If you boil them in an open pot, you are literally evaporating your memory. After 20 years of brewing, I've learned to use water at 90 degrees and trap the steam under a saucer for at least 10 minutes. Mistake number 3, expecting a one-time miracle. These aren't pharmaceuticals. They are biological teachers. Your brain needs time to learn the new rhythm. I've seen women give up after 3 days. But in my 5-year journey, I've learned that the real mastery happens when you integrate them into a consistent system. So, who is the winner? After testing both for 5 years, the mastery answer is, don't choose. Alternate. Your brain thrives on variety. If you give it the same signal every single day, the receptors can become stagnant. Here is the exact rotation I track in my Clarity Planner. The activation days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I use rosemary in the morning. This is when I do my writing, my planning, and my creative work. I use it as a tea, or a drop of essential oil on my wrists. The calm days, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I use Holy Basil in the late afternoon. This is when I need to descend from the day's stress. It prevents the evening cortisol spike that leads to insomnia. Sundays, I rest. I stick to my simple daily spices and let my brain reset. By using this sequence, I've managed to balance my need for sharp focus with my need for emotional sanctuary. It is a complete internal architecture for clarity. But because I want you to be a master of your own health, a quick but vital note: Holy Basil can have a mild blood thinning effect. So if you are on anticoagulants, please talk to your doctor. Rosemary should be used with caution if you have very high blood pressure. But remember, internal rituals only reach their full potential if your external environment is a sanctuary. You can drink all the tea in the world, but if your home is a digital storm of blue light and noise, the fog will return. This is why I put all my evening secrets into my free guide. You're not losing your mind. A simple night reset. It is the foundation I used 5 years ago to prepare my brain for the restorative power of these herbs. Download it for free below. Thank you so much for being here in my calm corner. Try the rotation this week, listen to your body, and as always, be kind to your mind and be well. I'll see you in the next video.